I'm going to shoot this as the back of my truck bed I picked up today. See all these plastic things here? There's some sort of crates that they used at Eaton, where I retired from, to hold transmissions for some reason. Plastic, I don't have no stinking idea. But they had them on a thing for us to bid on, that they was going to throw them away. And I bid on them before I retired. And they closed the bid last week of work. So many people was on vacation. Just now got around to awarding it first of the week. And I was texted by one of my ex-supervisors, a guy I really like. This also helps me look after my rental property and such stuff as that. And he said it was that I'd want it. So I went down there and I'm just kind of sliding this around. You can see some pretty thick material. Delrin's expensive if you don't realize it. And to get Delrin, I'm almost ashamed to tell what I bidded on this. Well, I know nobody at work knew what it was much. The guy told me they're putting it out there to throw away. I bid $15 on it. And this 3/4 Delrin for a full sheet, a 4x8 sheet of Delrin and 3/4 is approximately $300. Now I know it's got to be taken apart and got screw holes in it and stuff and just different stuff, but there's a lot of good material here that I can make stuff out of. And this, what I'll eventually do with this is disassemble it. I just went and got it today. So, but what's going to happen, I will disassemble this. Then there's any bolts and stuff in it, I'll put them up and use them for whatever. And screws, well, probably screws, I'll throw them away. Usually after you crank them out of Delrin, and that's pretty well gone. So I've got a wealth of flat Delrin. And some of the sticker pieces like this, we could saw this and put it into squares and put it in the 4-jaw chuck, true it up, make rounds out of it if I have to. Good grief, I mean, I ain't got nothing in it. I got plenty of time. So this is the back of my truck, and this is what we picked up today, and it'll be in one of the videos of my whatevers. So have a good one. One thing that I'm throwing in some extra stuff, this is our new car. Chris and I went and bought this thing end of the year. She needed a newer car to drive, and notice she is here today. And the main reason it's here today is she's like me, we got other ones to drive. She kept her other car. It has a lot of miles on it. She drives it back and forth to work. So this is a little Rogue Sport that we got, and really nice vehicle. Then there's my golf car and my truck sitting out there. But the main reason I'm going to shoot this little piece of video is I've been working in the building and waiting for stuff to come. And I believe in these. They're in my truck. I sure don't get no money for it. But if you own a vehicle and you want to protect your floors, they're expensive. But you can't beat them. WeatherTech's the best thing since sliced bread. This set took about 2 weeks to get here because actually they had to make them for the Rogue. I mean, they had, it's all, stop. My garage door's open because I'm going to walk back through the garage after I put the floor liner in just a few minutes. I'm going to carry you out the shop a minute. Carpentering again. And I'm doing this handheld. This is my older GoPro, and I got a handle on it. And it seems to do better. So you see there's the one end. And I'll carry you over to the bench here. There's the other end. Now what I've done is I've used this green board like this, and I've insulated the ends of the shop with it. And the ceiling, I went over this about 3 times, so I'm about redecided. So now I'm going to take two 6-inch wide R19 and run up the ceilings. And that's what's going in between the joists. So I keep this here open, mainly just because after I looked at it, you're only looking at about 3 foot there at the end. I think it's 26 inches when I measured today, so that's not a lot. Okay, I got something else we're going to do here in just a second. I've got me a couple of items, and they come from Amazon here today, and they're not machine stuff. This is, let's see if I can do this. I may have to cut the camera off. I can't open it with my hands and the camera because I'm hand holding the camera here. Trying to figure out how to open this box. Let me just cut the camera off and I'll open this up and show you. This is camera mounts for GoPros. I was on Amazon the other day and run into this and looking, and I said, this come in handy. This is sort of like a GoPro mount. I mean, not GoPros. This is sort of like a get my mind working today. A Noga type. I'm thinking what's going to do with this is I'm going to mount maybe this piece up here in the wall here at the workbench somewhere and use this as a workbench mount. And then I can clip this here, and the idea is maybe I can clip it to the lathe like back here. I got a spot there. Use my board so I can do this one-handed, because excuse me if my camera's shaky today, just apologize. I got my hand held in. Well, I could get it in. I can clip it like that. Yeah, I can make that work, or clip it somewhere else. I was thinking about so I could be able to maybe clip it to something close to the mill. And so this is a clip mount here. Or I may end up, another idea I have is with these shelves I've got. You know, I like to hang the cameras upside down. I've done that a lot. Is clip a camera mount to the shelf like that over at the lathe, and I'm going to have a fixed one there. So, and I may, you know, I still like using a magnetic mount. See, and I can also do that and put the clip mount here and aim it back to the mill. Or I can go right here on the edge of my, so I can do some lathe shots from here. I turn it this way, or turn it this way. And I can do lathe shots or mill shots from here. So I can turn down, set the camera sideways, set the camera upside down. With the GoPro, I can flip it, so that gives you a good view of the lathe. So that sounds like it was a good idea for me. So there is another purchase. I'm kind of slowing down on purchases, and this is the piece that mounts that onto that. So you'll probably see the 4 used a lot more for this, the newer camera, because it still has the GoPro mount on it. The older one, but I like to use I really like using my older one handheld better. And the reason why is, and I'm kind of rambling a minute, is the reason I like using this one handheld here is I've got a custom mount that was given to me by somebody. And I'll turn it around a minute and do a selfie here. Somebody who gave me a custom mount for it. And it's really good for handheld work. So I've got 2 or 3 pieces of clips on it. So we'll just talk to you later. I'm going to go put these mats in for the metal. Like I told you earlier when I showed you the box, I don't get any WeatherTech. It gives me no money. But I want you to see how well they fit. And I went right online and I ordered the WeatherTech mats directly from WeatherTech. It took, in this case, about a week and a half to get them, because it's evidently, if they don't stock them, they have the molds, and if they don't stock the mats, they will make them. These evidently was custom made. Well, not they're custom made, they just pulled the mold down and made it. And like I say, this is Chris's Nissan Sport and Rogue Sport, and like I say, we just bought it new and hadn't even had it probably 2 weeks now. And I told her, I said, as soon as you get home, I'm gonna order. As soon as I got home from the dealer that very night, I ordered these mats. So these have been ordered, and they've been around a while, and I really like them. And they're set in my truck. I have set in my F-150, and they usually run you about, this particular set here was right north of $200. So it depends on the vehicle. But it's well worth it, especially, we don't live in that bad a climate, but if you lived in northern climates, it's just ridiculously not to have them. You can literally spill a Coca-Cola or a drink or a gallon, pint of milk or anything in them and clean them out. So I wouldn't have nothing else. So, okie dokie, as promised. This is handheld, so if it's a little shaky, I'm gonna apologize, because this is, I'm finally finished. We'll kind of try to, try not to get washed out. What we ended up doing is, once I got into the roof and started working the insulation, I decided, or ended up having problems getting it to go all the way to the top. So what I did is used I actually got insulation in the middle of the ceiling, and then I made the ceiling out of foam board. So I have finished and cleaned up today. This is Sunday. Chris is having to work today at the clinic, and I've been doing some domestic laundry work and some working and finishing up. I've made a few mistakes along the way and had to fix them. Some things that isn't a mistake. Right here it looks like a mistake, but it really isn't. Because of the way that corner is right there, with all that fitting, and it's in such a place it was just difficult. So it wasn't going to be supported. I just went ahead and actually pushed that piece in and mounted it lip that way and just cut it out for that. Here's another place we just had to work around an air hose, outlets. That one there's not too pretty. This one here's a little better. And another one of the air lines that was in the shop to begin with. So this is what it is. I've got a dry erase board. That was a Christmas present from Chris. And I've just now got a chance to get cleaned up, put it in, and got my tractor clocks you've seen before. Got my shop vac in the corner here. And this is just all kind of things that's just hanging on walls. A lot of stuff, tools is in the shelf. I've actually got my high school annual sitting there and the battery charger. And the main reason they're not in the house, they was in the attic of my mother's house for years in a box. And they actually did not get burnt when the house burnt, but they have a smell because they was in that attic. So I just can't bring them in the house, so they're in here because a little smoke smell ain't gonna be so bad in the shop. See, I've got some drop cords hanging here in the welding jacket. I've redone some of that. Still some work probably to do under here. There's my drill bits. There's my extra cabinet. Right there's the welder and the saws. I went ahead and put in extra shelves. This one I just did this morning here. I just got some stuff on it. And this one here I put in the other day over the door to utilize some dead space. This one here was same place as one before. I just rearranged it, and I'll probably end up putting more stuff up here. Right now, I just kind of got, kind of reorganized best I can. So now we're off to project land after we get a little bit of rest. We'll start on a project. Now, there's one thing that I'm just not happy with, and I'd played with it here a while ago, and I don't understand it. I've seen other grizzlies have the same problem with piston posters, and I'm just about to the point buying a new post. It's aggravating. Only thing I don't like about my lathe is that darn tool post. And that's all. And if you'll notice, I kind of digress. You see the walls are a little darker because that wall board's dark. So what I have here is, this was original light. I bought this T8 light this week and put it 2 lights over the bench. This is the original fluorescent that was over the mill, set in about the same spot. That one is too. Then this one here was long ways, and I decided to put it this way. And this is the other one that was a T8. That was a T8 bulb. And it's been converted. This was actually an original fixture. And my brother-in-law gave me a T8 bounced, and we switched it out. I need to do a little work on my toolbox there, my machinist box. It's kind of a little floppy. But outside that, that's where we at. And I hope you're going to enjoy the little journey we went along to get somewhere to work with a little bit of insulation, so I have some able to heat it, and more importantly, cool it this summer. So I've been cleaning up outside today too. So this is kind of doing several things, and laundry and a few other things old retired men do. So hang in there, and we'll catch you in the next video. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please comment. That comments are really important to me. It gives me more ideas what to do and how to do it. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to it. Again, hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you on the next one.